Well, now with the musically too on this record, just getting back to that real quick. I mean, it's funny because yeah, you said Tom Capone, obviously known really from Quicksand. Not really, when you hear this music, it's like I said, I mean, you guys tapped into like some old school, really crossover thrash stuff. I mean, we're talking like Slayer, Creator. It has a lot of those elements to it, which is. I mean, like I said, this is a phenomenal record. I mean, anybody who loves that kind of music is going to love this record. So, I mean, what was it that made guys like yourself and Tom not really known for that kind of sound, that kind of metallic sound? What made you guys go in this direction this time around?
We didn't. It wasn't anything conscious. This is the vibe we were feeling. Boom.
Okay.
Tom came up with a riff. I was like, yo, hum this in here. Like the way we wrote the shit was like, I don't play an instrument, but I can hum melodies and like figure out, like Tom would just write like 10 parts and I would be like, yo, I'd start doing the math. That's what I do. Take this part, make this the pre-chorus, like, all of these songs. Like, that's what we did, but it was a vibe. It was a vibe of intensity. Like the world fucking spun out of fucking control in the last.
Yeah.
And it's still out of control.
Still out of control, yeah.
It's insane. Like here's my point. There was never a time in my lifetime that I've seen the New World Order and all the shit everybody's been singing about, Big Brother taking over shit. We're actually witnessing this before our fucking eyes and experiencing it.
Yep.
And everybody fucking went along with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, you fucking sold the fuck out.
Yeah.
And the musicians all shut the fuck up because they wanted to sell their shit or whatever. And then anybody that spoke out against it, they fucking tried to destroy purposely.
Yeah.
I had my first account of 127,000. They ruined my fucking business that I was coaching business, everything. Just because I spoke my fucking mind. Where's the freedom of fucking speech?
Yeah.
When the government, everybody says fascism. Nobody, I said, what does fucking fascism mean? They don't even fucking know.
They don't read. I know.
What you saw go down was fascism. Yeah. The government colluded with corporations to control the masses. Absolutely. That is the definition in the dictionary of fucking fascism. Look it up.
Yeah, I agree, man. Absolutely.
All go down. They ruined people's fucking lives that spoke out against them. They took doctors' licenses. There was one narrative. And that's why I love Joe Rogan, because fucking that dude's my homeboy. I have more respect for him than fucking any of these fucking vegans who fucking also tried to destroy me. Because Joe was like, why is there only one guy? Why is there only one narrative on this shit?
Yeah.
And he gave a platform to the other experts.
He did.
Okay? And now guess what? Everything those motherfuckers said came out to be true. And then you got hardcore people that fucking haven't read a book since Superman died saying, that guy's a fucking idiot. He don't know what he's talking about. Oh, yeah, he's got hundreds of medical papers published, peer-reviewed studies published in the top medical journals around the planet. I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
And you had the opportunity for every band to step up and call this shit out, and nobody did. Except for a few.
Well,
everybody was writing me, man. I feel the same way. I just can't say anything because, I don't want the fucking mob coming after me.
Yeah,
it's this mob rules shit. Like, I just wasn't down with it, man. I kept an open mind. I looked at all sides. I listened to the other experts who now what they said was the truth.
Yeah. I mean, you following the facts, man. Bottom
hey,
line.
Man, face the fucking facts. That's another Cro-Mags song that I wrote.
Well, I mean, what do you think, with, like you said, because of all these musicians keeping quiet, I mean, what do you think that's done? I mean, do you think, especially with the hardcore, like you said, hardcore has been known, traditionally for decades about, railing against this type of shit. I mean, obviously it's not a good thing for the scene, but do you think this is going to sort of cleanse out? I mean, is it going to sort of reinvigorate maybe the scene, or do you think the scene is just completely dead because of all this shit now? I mean, what's your?
I think there's like different scenes now, man.
Okay.
I don't know. Listen, man. I don't care who comes to my motherfucking shows, whatever the fuck. Or if you don't want to come, I don't give a fuck either. I look at it this way. I'm not going to change who the fuck I am because the media fucking, you know, like I said, mass formation, psychosis all over the place. You're telling me I'm crazy, but it's right in your face. War castles. Like, I'm not changing. I'm not changing who the fuck I am. I didn't change. And I talked to my friend who knew me from the early Bad Brains days. And he's like, dude, I've known you for 42, going on 43 years. You never changed. They changed. They fucking changed. There was bands kicking out band members because they wouldn't take the fucking shot.
Yeah, that's sad, man. I know.
And I know who they are. I'm not, because I was having the fucking motherfuckers call me up and tell me like, yo, I can't believe they're doing this shit. Like they've been I thought these people were my friends and shit. They let government and corrupt corporations get in between their friendships and their families and everything else.